So today is a pretty good day. Excuse the rain if you can hear it in the background, it's kind of loud. But today's gonna be a good day for a few reasons. One, for the title of the video. I'm sure you can already see it. The FD is gonna get some work, but also check this out. Boom. That is real. We are live on Google. Second thing, we got our card reader in. It's PayPal. We can swipe cards now, which is cool. We can accept those payments, because before we didn't have any sort of point of sale system other than cash, which isn't always what people want to pay with. So now we do that. Man, I really hope the audio isn't terrible because it's really loud in here. But we're gonna do the coilover install, or at least start it for the So the FD is gonna get its coilovers installed today. At least I'm gonna start the process, and I really think it's too loud in here. So I'm talking maybe a little bit more than I normally would, but I don't think I'm gonna finish it today, but I'm gonna get as far as I can. On the FD right now is a set of FIGHTEX coilovers. And if you've never heard of FIGHTEX, FIGHTEX is the coilover brand that Toyota uses. But the ones on my car, they are very used, they are blown, they're leaking, and it's just really, really bad. So, to replace them, who else other than the legendary HKS, the Hipermax 4 GTs. They are very, very nice. Check it out. Goodness gracious. The gold body, the white spring with the HKS logo, and the dampening. It also comes with a bag of hardware and other things too. JDM letters. I'm as caught up as I can be with customer cars, so I've got time to work on my own. And I don't think I've mentioned it. I haven't mentioned it actually. This is also my car. This is a real XSI. And it's not real because of the sticker. It's real because it's real. This car, along with the blue FD, are both the cars that I owned while I was in Japan. There will be a build series on the XSI as well, but that's way down the road because it needs it doesn't need a lot, but it needs more than what I really need to do to it. But I'd like to make it top notch. It's a nice car, it's a rare car, so I wanted to look the part. You know, I wanted to be something on the similar level of the FD. Yeah, let's get to work. So this is how my wheel well looks now. This is the rear left. It's pretty clean, but could definitely be a lot better. The control arms are aged. It's a Mazda Speed rear sway bar. I've never seen one of those before. Everything in here is just kind of not all that great. I'm gonna do the calipers, redo them at some point to make them look more like the fronts. These delrin bushings being replaced with polyurethane. Delrin's cool and everything, but you have to maintain them. They need to be greased regularly, and they wear out, and these are super old and they squeak, and it's just a bunch of nasty sounds, so we'll get rid of those as well while we're in here. Alright, now the coilover is out, so you can get a better idea of kind of how messy it is in here. Using a stainless steel brush. I'm just gonna scrape them all off and see what that gets me. Here's the rear upper with the delrin bushings. As you can see, it's not aluminum yet either. And then here's the FIGHTEX. So the plan is to get those rebuilt and then sell them, since I'm not going to be using them anymore. There is no tension on this. Just, it looks like it, but it's not. So check it out. I got the arm cleaner, I guess. Yeah, it's cleaner, but that's kind of the best it's gonna get. This black stuff here, this is like embedded in the aluminum. I would have to actually like grind a layer of aluminum off of this to get this, and I'm fine with it. I mean, I just wanted it to look a little bit better, and I think I did that at least. The new bushings are in. Extremely easy to get these in once you got the old ones out, which, goodness gracious, that was... I get why people charge so much for individual bushings, and it's a nightmare. Anyway, let me show you the wheel well. Kind of the same situation with that control arm. All that black stuff is really just kind of really embedded in there, so it's not exactly easy to get off. I made an effort, and that's about as far as I got before I was just rubbing the brush on there and nothing was happening. Same with this arm here. I mean, I'm gonna replace all the bushings, or all the bushings. I'm gonna replace all the control arms in here anyway. Hard Race makes a full arm kit for the FD, and I was just gonna do that. So there's really no point in cleaning these arms, honestly. So I'm just gonna leave them, and then when I get the new arms, I'll just swap them out, and then it's problem solved. One issue though, there is an inner and outer kit. So now here I am with just inner bushings. So I have to order the outer set for both sides. So as far as I'm going to be able to get today is replacing both inner bushings on the control arm there, and I guess mounting the coilover if I really wanted to do that. But I don't think I am. I'm just going to leave them in the bag until I get the other bushings. So I guess this is gonna be the first half of the video. I'll come back once I get all the parts and I finish it, and I'll make this a full video. So it's gonna be a while. So we're picking back up on the FD with the suspension. It's been something like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks now, and I haven't been able to finish it because of these. Now I have them, now I can finish them. I can press these bushings back into the rear upper control arm, this is the third bushing that I needed. If you can see, right in there. And that's the one where the sway bar bolt runs through, which is also the same bolt that the shock uses. So let's get these bushings pressed in and finish this car so I can get to the front. And I gotta do the bushings for the front, so it's a little bit of a job, but let's do it. So the bushings are pressed in. You saw it's a pain to do. I was able to do it, I think it was like 30-45 minutes is how long it took, and a lot of that time was just setting up the press. But I mean, you saw ultimately what it took. The issue with bushings, especially with the polyurethane bushings, it's not pressing the bushing in itself. It's setting up the press so that the control arm is stable enough so that when you do press in the bushing, it doesn't pitch to one way and then shoot out, or the control arm doesn't bend, or basically something that happens that isn't supposed to happen. That's the whole trick with pressing in bushings. And if you go to any shop and they say some obscene amount per bushing, like $20 or $30, $35, $40 per bushing, that's the reason why. There's some shops that'll just tell you no, that they can't do it at all, and they'll actually just tell you to buy a whole new control arm. That's just how some people operate. It's that much of a pain to some people to not have to deal with that. We're not like that. Obviously, we're not like that here. Whatever bushing you need pressed into whatever, I'll sit here and I'll figure it out. So bring them here, we'll take care of it. The issue with these upper control arms is the pillow balls in them are actually bad, pretty bad. They have a lot of play in them. I'm replacing all the control arms on this car. I'm replacing all of the control arms on the car anyway. So the 2 bad pillow balls, I'm not really worried about it. It's all going to be replaced. Now, of course I say that, but I'm replacing the bushings in these arms anyway. Well, yes. The whole aftermarket control arm set that I'm going to do is like way down the road, and it's extremely expensive. In the meantime, I'm replacing the bushings to make the car more livable. It wasn't that expensive at all. It wasn't even really a factor, so I went ahead and did it. Anyway, I'll get you guys set up on the tripod and we'll start this time lapse. And there's that. New bushings, some new hardware that came with the coils, and then of course the coil itself. It's so beautiful. The front is next. After I tighten down the rear and I put the rear back down, they look so good, and it's crazy. Through the wheel, I'm thinking that I hope it doesn't block it that much. For example, like on the JZ car. See, like even with the teens are obviously green. You can't even see them through the wheel. You can't see these through the wheel. You might see them on the front just a little bit, but just that gold and that white is just so nice. Especially on the front with these calipers. Oh my gosh, it's gonna coordinate so well if you could see them, which you likely won't be able to, but it just sucks so much. I'll know they're there. You guys will know they're there. That's really all that matters. Let me show you how bad the front shocks were. They were blown, but let me show you how blown. See that puddle of oil? That's not an oil leak from the engine. That's actually from the shock. That's how bad it is. The shock is leaking statically. Both fronts do that. And when I get the wheel off, I'll show you the control arm and how bad it is and how disgusting it looks. And all of that is because of how bad the shocks are, and they're leaking, they're blown. They're as blown as they can be. And on a 16K spring, it's intense, and it rides exactly how that sounds. A blown shock on a 16K spring. It's bad. It was really bad. With delrin bushings, which I'm going to press out and put the polyurethane ones in as well. So. Alright, so the front strut is out, and I'm about to push these bushings out of here on the control arm. I already got it set up. This is the rig. About the same as what I did for the rear one. Left. Look at the difference. It's nuts. Alright, so we're gonna get back to the time lapse, but this thing was here since this morning and it kind of doesn't make any sense. Freaking Bentley. Freaking smashed up Bentley. to freaking smashed Bentley. Look at that. Goof. You can just hear the oof on that one. That one's smashed pretty good. Shop. Life. Boy. Anyway, back to the time lapse. New day, new shirt. I did not finish yesterday with the suspension. It got kind of late and I got kind of tired, so I just cut it short and figured I would just finish it today. There's a meet tonight and I'm gonna record all that, and it's gonna be the first meet that I'm going to as not just myself but as an entity, and hopefully that goes well. Handle business cards and all that kind of stuff. But the car's not on the ground yet. I still got one more corner to do, which is the driver's side, this side, because, you know. So that's the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I get to say that now. But like, comment, subscribe. Enjoy. Till next time.